Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Kratos defense security solutions. Now, if you don't know what they make primarily drones and other hardware and cybersecurity stuff for primarily the US military. Now, the reason I want to focus on this today is because they have made a very cheap drone compared to others, which perform quite nicely, and it has done so since 2019, and it is incredible. It's called the Valkyrie. It's smaller and more lightweight, and it can be launched from a rocket standstill, so you can launch it from ships and don't need runways like you would do with other drones like the Reaper and the Global Hawk. So that is why I think it's interesting, because chances are in the future we're going to have a lot more cheap drones. This is also why I'm focusing on this today. Now, as you can see, recently we did have this Golden Cross right here on the 14th of March, and besides that, it has actually had a quite nice run over the past year or so, as you can see, all the way down from $14, and now they're all the way up in 31.40 in the pre-market, and a 2% increase in pre-market is quite rare to happen in such a small company as this, with only a $5 billion market cap. Now, it is quite interesting just the way that Kratos makes and operates, because it is primarily based in the US and doesn't really use other countries for its production facilities, which I think is a very strong selling point for Kratos as a reason that it should be working together with the American military. Now, if we take a look at the technical over a longer period, we can see that it is absolutely incredible, as you can see here, all the way down from, if we can go back a long time, we do of course see some spiking all the way up, back up here, back in, what is that, April of 22, but otherwise, then we have this slowdown here in December of 22, all the way down in 8, and ever since then, it has just been a bull ride. Now, we did go all the way up here in 35, and then we did have a crash coming down, and we did see a bit of a death cross here, and then, but then again recently here on the 14th we did see a new golden cross, so quite a lot of crosses, which means that there's quite large volatility in the stock that you can also see down here in the RSI. Sometimes it is, I mean, you can see it is spiking quite a lot all the time. So yeah, quite interesting. We see a lot of spikes and a lot of dips, which would mean there's quite high volatility in the stock. Now, as you can see right now, it is trading down here in the bottom. It is almost in the bottom. It is at 49 right now, but due to the pre-market to almost 2% increase, I think the second it opens, it is gonna sit right around here, right around the 50 point. So quite interesting at the moment. As you can see, their earnings, they are making money, which is quite nice, and you can see they beat their estimates quite often, which is lovely to see. And as you can see here, they don't make that much money. As you can see, their revenue is large, but the total net income is small. And that is because they are investing quite heavily into developing new systems and manufacturing facilities. That is, at least as I am informed, that is why their net income is so much lower. Now, as you can see over the seasonals here, if we take from, let's say, 11, as you can see here, it is quite often a very high gainer or quite a big loser. So it's not really a stock that is just going to sit flat in your portfolio. It is increasing and it is tanking some years, so be a bit wary about that. Now, I do like it a lot because drones is simply going to get more and more introduced, and just because of their low cost, I think this year, I think it's going to end up being about a plus 70% for the year. So you can see already now, what was the year for 25, it is up 16%. So I would say it will probably rise, yeah, another 50% from where it, not from where it is now, but I think it's gonna end the year in about 56. That is at least my personal target for it. Now, as you can see in here, the technical analysis, it's a strong buy. We have a lot of buy signals, both in the oscillators and the moving averages, um, and also just the week. I mean, look at this. Moving averages doesn't move at all. This is quite nice technical at the moment. And as you can see in moving averages, we only have 2 cells, and so yeah, quite nice at the moment. Also, the analyst rating here is 34. I think it's way too low. As you can see, we have 8 strong buy, 1 buy, and 4 hold. So yeah, some of the holds is of course going to be this one at 22, and the max here is 40. I think that's way too pessimistic, simply because the way that they operate. I think maybe it is going to be a bit more tricky these days because of the tensions between Europe and the US military-wise. So I think that might be a bit worrying. But I think if we only focus, let's say they will only sell to the American Army or the American Air Force, it would be. I still think this is going to go up quite a lot, simply because their product in the Valkyrie is so incredibly well. And they also make some stuff for satellites and cybersecurity, but as far as I'm informed, that's not really their main focus. So yeah, that is my analysis on Kratos Defense Security. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.